All right. I have abstained from this game for a couple months, but really only a month is enough time to pretty much ruin you if you've been playing a game and you lose all that muscle memory. And unfortunately, being middle-aged, um, I tend to forget the muscle memory much quicker. This is a shout out to a kid sister, a bit of a Mafia 3 wisdom thing, sort of a style thing. I'm going to try to do my best to explain why I did what I did as best I could. Um, to start things off, I'm going to uh, do a bit of a tutorial by saying things like, well, hell, I'm already not making sense. Uh, I'll try to explain things. I hit assets. Now here you get like a dossier on the underbosses. And these people are the people who work closest with the underbosses that are underneath them. So you have Cassandra and Emmanuel Lazar, Vito Scaletta and Alma Diaz, and Thomas Burke, and Nikki, his daughter. Um, these are the underbosses that you have that serve under you. You give them rackets and then districts. Um, while you take over a racket, you can give it to anybody, but only one of your underbosses gets the whole district when you get all of the rackets in a district. It is always the best policy to strategize ahead of time and determine who you're going to give what to. And depending on where I go first, um, I will assign these folks certain districts. I've played this game 4 times. I love the story. More than anything, I love the story. So I've played on easy. Of course, I've gotten a lot of practice having played it as often as I have. Um, but um, in this case, uh, here's a bit of an explanation of what you get. If you have, like I gave Cassandra 4 districts this time, I don't think I will do that in the future. I favor the buffs that I get from Vito Scaletta a bit more, but I'm by no means hampered really by my choice. I just wanted to try something different. Um, yeah, Vito Scaletta is the man. You click on Rackets and Intel, and basically this is what you get. I decided to see what I could get maximizing uh, her earn. So basically, um, the more earn she gets, here are the favors that you get. So, at the beginning you can always call the arms dealer. Um, if she can get 30 grand on her earn, you get a voodoo doll that makes a screaming sound and smokes, distracts the enemy. They get accuracy improvement. Um, yeah, operators will shut down the phone. So if you, for example, run over a pedestrian or somebody witnesses a crime and they say something like, "I'm gonna drop a dime on your ass," you could go, "Nope." Like if you don't want to just shoot the person headed for the toll booth in the head. Just, because sometimes you gun somebody down while they're fixing to make a call, and somebody goes, "Oh Lord, I'm calling the police," and then you have to kill him. And then somebody, "Dear God, I'm calling the cops," and then you have to kill him. Doesn't take too long before a bunch of witnesses and a bunch of bodies and a bunch of missing ammo comes up. So sometimes it's easiest just to say, "F it, I'm going to shut down the phones here." Uh, increased ammo. Oh yeah, that's right. Screaming zombie with smoke, improved stability, um, and the operator will shut down the phone for 5 minutes instead of 2, buying you a bit more time. And then the remote control exploding Zemi. And I'm usually quite happy with that. Just leaving it at that. I don't need these last two. The reload speeds, it really wasn't worth it. And what I mistakenly thought reading this was that I thought that I would get my own Haitian backup, just like Vito gives me backup when I call for him, and I'll explain Vito next. But I thought I would have a different kind of backup, but no. The operator kills the phone, and he makes it so that the enemy, the sentries, they can't call for backup. Because it does complicate things when Sal Marcano's men come with their backup boys. And they tend to be a bit better skilled uh, than the scrubs that you deal with. But anyway, I'll go back and back again. And yeah, Vito Scaletta, Rockets and Intel. Now usually I max him out. I make him the top dog. But this last game I wanted to see what it would be like. Now Zero, um, just starting, you can at least call it consigliere, which is Italian for counselor, I think. Uh, what they can do with your money is you can stash your cash. Call them all the cash you have. Boom, it goes to the bank. You don't have to go to Sammy's charred wreck of a establishment to deposit your money. Now, the reason you would want to deposit your money, like after you complete an area and you've got a lot of cash on hand, the thing is, if you die, you lose half your money. That's the penalty for dying, and it sucks. Armed backup is good, but remember that at first you'll get a few freebies because you earn markers doing favors. But at some point in the game, if you use a lot of backup, it's going to cost you money each time, and it's not cheap to send in the muscle. At 60 grand, you get an extra health bar. It's a big help. And at 100 grand, you get an extra adrenaline shot in your inventory. Now, this is one of my favorite conveniences. Now, instead of having to go to each individual underboss to collect your cut, you can just call the consigliere and tell them to deposit all the money, and boom, it's done. You don't have to visit them and listen to them BS you, and yeah. There's the improved stamina and health recovery, which basically means if you have to use the improved stamina and health recovery means over time you'll get stamina faster, and so you can keep sprinting more, and your health will recover faster, especially when you get into a danger zone. Heavier backup, always handy if things get a little hot. Have Vito send in some of his boys, and they will really wreck ball. And then yet another health bar, and yet even more stamina and health recovery, so you can sprint longer. And if you get into the danger zone, you will recover much quicker. Here's why I really liked giving him the top stuff. The high impact hit squad. They really have much better weapons and body armor, and they will do a serious job if you call them and you get into a tight spot. And last but not least, another health bar still. And those are fantastic buffs to have, and it's well worth pursuing. The one that, I love these benefits, don't get me wrong, but the one that I always give the least to is Burke. He doesn't have anything that I really want to invest much in. He'll get the cops off your back. If he does that, that's all I need. So if the cops get on your tail and you want them off, all you got to do, make a quick phone call from or a quick radio chat, and that's it. They will stop whatever they're doing. The vehicle delivery, super. You will unlock vehicles as you go. Wherever you are, if you need a car, you don't have to steal one. You will get a car with buffs if you're buying them. And depending on how much of a district you have, how you've allocated things, different people, different favors. Very handy. It's a wonderful thing to have. Um, yeah. Uh, you, yeah, you get the cops off you. Um, Nearby cops are marked better on your map. Um, let's see. Supply arms dealer sells equipment. I guess that you can buy from the equipment dealer, and these cost a hell of a lot of money. Not always worth it unless you're just lazy. I'm sitting on a lot of dosh right now. At one point, when I was playing just for kicks, I had about 5 million. And I had everything that I could get, and it was just, I got most of that cultivating marijuana in the game, of course. Cops ignore crime for 2 minutes. You can steal cars without being detected. It'll look like you own the darn thing. You won't have to bust a window. And, yeah, clear all police zones and cops ignore crime for 2 minutes. Anyways, I think something happened to my save game because things look a little weird on the map, but it might just be that because I was playing it a fourth time, I didn't play around too much with the exploration. There's really no substitute for playing the game for the first time and absorbing all of the dialogue and following the story, listening to the radio when the hollow speaks and you hear Remy Duval on his neo-Nazi shit-stained radio show. There's really no substitute for that first time you get to experience this. So I'm torn between wanting to be there for the kid's sister while she plays and getting the reactions and hearing it after the fact. Because there's so much, there's such nuanced storytelling that it's the chief reason that this is one of my favorite games that I've ever played over and again. I don't think I've ever played a game for the story over and again with the same kind of gusto. These were their underbosses, so basically they're lieutenants. So there's little side quests you can do for them to amplify their earn, which amplifies your earn, your cut. That's actually not you, that's Donovan. So, yeah, and at one point I've collected everything, all the Playboys, all the records. One thing you want to do before you get an entire district is you want to gather all the electronics you can find in an area. You're going to need 3 electronics, if memory serves, for every junction box. When you activate a junction box, any enemy or police, I think, but definitely any enemy in the area, you will see, and you will get better detailed intelligence across the board on your mini-map. But that's actually the least beneficial long-term thing. What you really get, and the only reason I didn't deal with these really, is because in Bayou Phantom, you don't really get any rackets here. This is the shanty town thing that you rob from. Um, this is the this is the place you go to shoot stuff up and be mischievous, do some side quests, get you know, disrupt some Dixie Mafia operation while they're, it's not a place that you control. It's just full of a bunch of poor hillbillies that have a sense of racial pride, a lot of them. So it's kind of like the inbred uh, capital of New Bordeaux, Bayou Phantom. The bayou, the swamp. And yeah, that's basically that. Now, how I normally parcel out the districts. Delray Hollow, that is Cassandra's district. This is Cassandra, that's her lieutenant. In River Row, that's Vito. And Alma Diaz, that's his district. River Row, Delray Hollow, that is always Cassandra's. This will always be Vito's. And Point Verdun is always Burke and his daughter. She deals in moonshine. He deals in all the, car stuff, car theft. And he owns the cops. Now, the reason I like to do things this way, when you get River Road, you don't assign it to Vito, he just has it. In South Downs, you get the black market and gambling. I just pretty much consider those two Italian Mafia type operations, so I just went with it. The other thing I always give him is Tikva Harbor, and that's actually auto theft. Which is, and I don't know if you can see the colors clearly here, but this is a hot rod magazine that I have yet to collect. So because I've accessed that junction box already over here, I can see where these items are. So you pick up these TL49 fuses, and then you go to these junction boxes and you hack it basically. You can listen in on the area and it will boost your earn. So before you get a racket, I can't believe I missed this, but before you get the racket, have the junction box all lined up before you even get the racket. Make sure you get these fuses and open up the junction box and deal with that, because it increases your earn. Very good to know this. I didn't follow it the last time. I think I just wanted to follow the story. I got 700 grand or almost 700 grand right now, so it just didn't matter to me. I just wanted another go at the story. I just wanted to experiment. And yeah, I always give Tikva Harbor, and I usually give the French Ward to Vito. The French Ward is the wild card, and that's pretty much, yeah, sex and drugs. I pretty much let the Italian mob handle that from New York. I always give Cassandra the downtown, and I always give her Barclay Mills, which deals in guns, Cassandra, guns, and waste disposal. Now Burke, I always give him Frisco Fields. The reason I do that is Frisco Fields is a wealthy area that deals in PCP. They earn 70 grand. Yeah. And I tell him to keep that shit out of the hollow. In Bel Airs is a safe house in a sort of a means of laundering money and keeping an eye on the well-to-do. It's just a rich area. And I think there is, I'm trying to think of that other racket. What is it? Yeah, Burke gets the protection racket. There's like a pharmaceutical place that I took over. I guess that's the PCP. They make it there. That's right. Lots of earn for that. 70,000. And another 70,000 for Bel Air. The protection racket's 50. Yeah, anyways, I don't think the stuff in the hollow, yeah, the construction is 60. The bathhouse is 60. Garbage is 60. Guns is 60. The weed's 50. The nightclub's 50. And so early on, you liberate Pearler's nightclub, which the Dixie Mafia turned into a whorehouse where they engage in human trafficking. I think Scaletta's going to be 50, 50, and then you look at the South Downs, the rackets in the South Downs, 70. Gambling, 70. That's high buck. Black market, 70. Auto theft, 60. Smuggling, 60. So, yeah. The drugsy wugsies and sex, the French ward, high buck. Yeah, the downtown, just a little bit less. It suits my play style the most, just to give her, because under the downtown, Barclay Mills, and Vito, South Downs, Tickfaw Harbor, French Ward usually. And yeah, Burke always gets the Frisco Fields and Point Verdun. They're all content to have that, and if I get the junction boxes properly taken care of before I do it, I get a maximum bang for my buck. I've upped this to, I've upped the difficulty to medium. I always play on easy, but I'm going to go to the most racist area in the game, Sinclair Parish, full of police that are reputed. They have a very solid reputation for deliberately killing people of color that go into their territory. And what I'm going to do is call my ride. I have I don't have mines. So I'm running low. Can you send supplies to Del Rey Hollow?
Going at you. Hang tight.
Dealer over.
Anything you want here?
Let me see what you got.
Our business.
All right. Let's see. See if I can remember how to play this. All right. I'm loaded up on mines, throwing knives. Got C4 and everything. I think I got max ammo. And I can, yep, I'm using my favorite silenced weapons.
This is done. You know how to find me.
This isn't even going to be a challenge, I don't think, but I've done everything there is to do in the game except the car races and some DLC. I'm going to start over again because I have the absolute way that I like to do things, and that was as I prescribed earlier. My favorite car in this game is the Griffin Marauder, but I have to do racing to get that. No, it's not the Griffin Marauder. It's the DeLeo Traviata. That's one of my favorites. The Nightcrawler, a DLC. I love this car. In fact, that is the one I'm going to bring
some new wheels to Del Rey
with
Hollow?
me
Just gonna take a squirt, and I'll get her out to you.
I'll take it to Sinclair Parish. I have a custom paint job, and I removed the decals
Set of Hot Wheels just like you ordered.
Appreciate it.
And I'm gonna see if I can remember how to drive like an insane maniac.
Trailer for sale or rent. Rooms to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. Ain't got no cigarettes. But 2 hours of pushing broom buys a 8 by 12 4-bedroom. I'm a man of means by no means. King of the road. Third boxcar, midnight train, destination Bangor, Maine.
Overdid that one a
Worn
little.
out
I saw that
suit and
coming.
shoes. I don't pay no union dues. I smoke old stogies I have found. Short but not too big around.
I'm using a keyboard, a joypad with or a game controller would probably make driving a bit smoother. And I'm a bit rusty. Holy mother, that was really bad. Yep.
Every town and every lock that ain't locked when no one's around. I sing trailers for sale or rent. Rooms to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. Ain't got no cigarettes. But 2 hours of pushing broom buys a
Was kind of intentional.
4-bedroom. I'm a man of means by no means. King of the road.
Alright. Kind of mess things up around the town. See if I can get some police over here.
No phone, no pool, no pets. No cigarettes, but 2 hours of pushing.
Starting all kinds of trouble. Come on, call the police. I changed the radio station. Somebody will call the cops, I think, if I do this. They always freak out when you chuck a grenade in the street.
Now, my girl, you're so young and pretty.
There we go.
And one thing I know is
True. Let's see. Good call.
Code 95, suspicious person in vehicle. Responding unit investigate.
Uh-oh.
On scene officers engaging with suspect. Respond with caution.
I'm gonna see if I can call some boys over.
These targets have got to go.
Enough said. On our way.
Got another man down.
They get stacked against you, boy.
Got
I gotta get the hell out of here. Ooh.
Itchy to kill.
That keep,
Suspect described as colored male, 25, above average height. Back up en route.
okay. How come I can't crouch? Because I can't remember how to play. Alright. Yeah, this is my problem, is I can't remember how to damn play the game. See, this is my hit squads.
Give me a hand. Shit, that was a good.
Fucking move. Oh, Jesus.
Itchy to kill. Now what are you gonna do?
Man, that's... Where the hell are those cops at?
Devil got you now, motherfucker.
Yeah, that was...
All units, pursuit is called off. Abandon
Pursuit's
search
called
and
off
return to
because they're
patrol.
dead.
Repeat, pursuit is called off.
Well,
Abandon search
that was
and
not
return
very
to patrol.
exciting. So, shoot. I guess I'll go back to town and I'll raise hell there. It'll probably be a bit more spectacular. That was me abusing my authority. And I will go in... Let's see if I can find something fast. This thing's wicked fast.
They sure use some wheels over here.
Just gonna take a squirt, and I'll get...
Oh, and I'll also...
I need a
Because
resupply.
I'm a lazy
Yeah, directly.
ass and don't want to grab the medical kits. I'll holster my
Set of Hot
weapon.
Wheels just like you ordered.
Appreciate it. You spot anything you
Let
can
me
use?
see
what you got.
Done.
Top off on equipment. Get my ammo going. I'll do the supplies. Get another bulletproof vest. And what was it? I used some grenades. I think that's that.
Here, I'm out of here.
Alright. So...
Talking about wanting to go down.
This is very difficult to drive. And I will... Oh yeah, look at that in the map. Health kits and free vests. I will stir up hell in the downtown area. So that is over here. I think this is... I think this is a kind of a monument area. If I headed that way. Get there as fast as I can. Yeah, I gotta get used to driving again. This thing is wicked fast and it's so easy to lose control. Woo! Mama. This is a fragile car. So it can't take the damage that Nightcrawler can. Oh, baby.
Baby Mac, dressed in black, silver buttons all down her back. Hello, tipsy toe. She broke a needle and she can't sew. Walking the dog. Guess who walking the dog? If you don't know how to
Raise me
do
some
it,
serious
I'll show you
hell
how to
in New
walk
Bordeaux.
the dog.
Woohoo!
That's my mama for 15 cents. See the elephant jump up
135 clicks an hour. This is so dangerous.
touch the sky.
You really don't have much control over your vehicle.
4th of July, walking
And the people are saying stuff about how I'm driving. Mama, I think I still got it.
If you don't know how to do it, I'll show you how to walk a dog. Come on now, come on, come on. Mary, white contrary, tell me, how does your garden grow? You got silver bells and you got cockle shells. Pretty maids all in a row, walking the dog. Just a walking the dog.
gonna,
Want to come fishing out in the bayou? Catch us a mess of catfish.
let's see. I'll check a mine in the middle of the road. That'll get somebody's attention. Watch the reaction.
Dropping a dime on that asshole.
It's going down.
Attention all units in the vicinity of Barclay Mills. Reports of an assault in the area. Suspect is described as a Negro male.
Ooh, I pushed the wrong button. Crouch. Hello.
Gonna call me. It's got me stuck. Starting to think this out.
All area units. We've got a reported homicide downtown. Please respond.
Switch grenades.
Just killed another cop. He's hit. Get me out of here.
Ooh.
You gonna do something?
All area units. We've got a reported homicide
Ooh.
downtown.
Holy.
Please respond.
Oh, I keep pushing the wrong damn button.
All units.
Oh, got ace. I was pushing the wrong buttons. I'd got totally owned. I was pushing the wrong buttons. Yep, I was playing Assassin's Creed 3. And there's a lot of things you can't do in this game that you can do in Assassin's Creed 3 and vice versa.
Politicians don't last too long, Louisiana.
So a bit embarrassing.
Just wanted to say my
Ta-da!
mother is so proud of me and everything we're doing here. I owe that to you, Mr. Clay.
That was piss poor. That was really bad. See, I don't usually raise hell at ground level. Not usually. Oh, that was really bad playing.
Pardon me, young man.
And I keep forgetting I can sprint.
My mistake. Sorry.
Hey, it's clearing up.
We prefer our own, don't you?
He said we prefer our own, don't you? That's so cute. Nice to see the human debris are thriving in New Bordeaux. There's a subtle meaning behind preferring their own. Makes me kind of pissed.
It's wetter than a cucumber in a car. Ah, can use a little dry weather.
Wetter than a cucumber in a convent is what
Sorry about that.
he almost said. Which is so wholesome. And I don't care. Oh, what the hell. I'll check a mine out in the middle of the road.
Cops need to hear about this.
Well, the cops will be able to flank me pretty easily.
like this.
Hello? There's a mess of trouble here. Please help.
Attention all units in the vicinity of Barclay Mills. Reports of an assault in the area. Suspect is described as a Negro male.
I keep pushing the wrong buttons. And I can't remember how to get against the wall. Oh, derp. Just trying to get their attention now. I can't. There we go. That's how I did it. That was one of the things that I messed up on. I'll just check another one of these mines in the road.
On scene officers engaging with suspect. Respond with caution. All units, Negative visual on suspect.
Because I got the money.
Meet me a hit and run crew downtown.
You got it.
Muscle.
We'll be
The
around
cops
shortly.
will never give up here.
On scene, officers engaging with suspect. Respond with caution.
Bastard has me trapped.
They're gonna call me a hero for killing you.
Woo!
Bastard has me trapped. Reloading. You got me coming. Yeah. Oh, he's gonna go down. You boys are fucked now. Get me out.
All units, code 60. Officer injured on scene.
Send backup. Got eyes on the suspect.
Just killed another cop. How's
Ooh.
that feel, fucker?
That hurt a lot.
Watch your ass. Devil got you now, motherfucker. I'll find him myself. There he is. Let's go. Watch your ass. Need to get behind something.
I'm using my radar. Chief.
Got him. Get me up here. Fucker has been crime in progress. Send back. I got some help over
All
here.
area units, we've got a reported homicide downtown. Please respond.
Got him. Get over here. Another lamb to slaughter.
Checking. I'm gonna try checking a mine over there.
Reloading. Cover me.
Ooh!
Smoked him out. How about a hand? Behind you. God damn, I'm hit. Oh. That fucker. Got him. Back me up here. Oh. Shit's going down. Get me back up. Got a bead on it. Found him.
Oh!
Back me up here. I got trouble. Send some boys.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some real protection behind the fucking.
I got trouble. Send some boys.
Let's bring more crew
Send me a
in.
crew of shooters downtown.
You got it. We'll be around shortly.
Everybody get. Call the cops. Officer down.
I'm about to run out of ammo.
Taking cover.
It's got me. There. Fucking move. Shit's going down. Let's get out of here.
Ooh! The duck.
Officer down.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to
Hot
do.
shit flying. Get clear.
Another lamb to slaughter.
Ain't seen that ugly motherfucker before.
Yeah, I'm out of
There
adrenaline.
he is. Get him. Ow, I got him.
Another lamb to slaughter.
Fuck me. I'm blind. Watch your ass. Got him. Get over
Now what are you gonna do?
Behind you.
Ain't seen that ugly motherfucker before.
God damn.
behind you. Got the shot.
Okay, I've had enough. So,
We got any downtown cops in our pocket?
Right away. Repeat, visual contact lost.
all right. Well,
Au revoir.
of course, that fight would have been longer lived if it was on easy. When you get rid of the cops, their cars disappear. Usually the whole place is littered with flaming vehicles and all that. There's one little feature that I don't appreciate, but since I've done just about everything, and I feel like doing some crazy crap, that's what I usually wind up doing. Although, actually, it's usually more spectacular than this, but what the hey. And I also usually, if I'm on a hell-raising mission, I go with things that give me more ammunition. But, yeah, I'm quite rusty from my lack of playing. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'll catch you later.